Hello lovely couples and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. I provide a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the stylish couple. So if you haven't already, you know what to do. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell and you'll be notified every week when a new video lands. Right guys, this one is super exciting. I haven't really touched on this topic before on the channel because I've always thought, can I give enough over video? How can it work? But I absolutely can. So shall we jump in? Okay guys, so this week's topic is colour trends. I'm going to be talking about colour trends for 2021 and 2022 because let's be honest, a lot of the 2021 couples, and that may be you that's watching this right now, you may have already designed your wedding and it may be a 2020 design. So I think we're going to see some of these trends extending through to 2022 as well. Now I am planning on doing another video after this at some point about trends that yes are colour related but actually things that we're going to start seeing popping up, and there's probably going to be a little bit of crossover with this video, but I'm going to try my best to just stick to colour trends. I don't think I'm going to do very well, but I'm going to try my best. But make sure that you keep an eye out for the next one that's going to then follow on from this video at some point. So I think the key thing here is to break the colour trends down into seasons. So we're going to do like spring, summer, and then we're going to talk about autumn, winter. And they do have a little bit of a crossover, but you will see slight differences. So I think it makes it easier to just break it down into those two different components. Now, what I'm starting to see creeping up in like photo shoots and supplier work is usually then what starts to creep into clients' weddings and maybe your own wedding about a year later. And the trends that we as suppliers start putting into photo shoots usually come from interior style, interior design, and it sort of comes and floats through into weddings a little while after. I'm super excited about the trends that I'm seeing popping up now because they are just totally my vibe. We've had some come through in the last few years. Pantone colour of the year a couple of years ago was ultraviolet. It's not really my thing. I like purple, but it's just not for me. Saying that, I had lilac for my main wedding colour, but let's not go down that road again and talk about my wedding, shall we? So let's talk about the spring summer colours that I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of over the next 2 years. So these are going to be shades such as peaches, champagnes, nudes, sands, beige, chalk, lots of muted tones, lots on the natural colour spectrum, but with a bit more of a peach undertone and a slight yellow undertone as opposed to the pinks that I think we see quite often in weddings. People are leaning towards that slight sort of yellowy orange undertone instead of the pink, and it really excites me. And I will hands up admit that for quite a long time, my least favourite colour was orange. It really was orange. I hated orange, and I am a full convert because that's what happens with trends and fashion. You kind of get exposed to it and you change your mind. Now, I'm not saying I like bright orange, but a burnt orange, a peach, it's caught my eye, and I really like where these trends are going. The neutral tones call out to me. They always have done. It's part of my brand, and it just really excites me to see these really trendy colours sort of starting to come through into weddings. I think we'll also see terracottas coming through because that's kind of that orangey vibe as well. And I think we'll see that in the styling, in like the spring summer vibes. So along with those really neutral tones, and we'll probably see them coming through with all the dried flowers, which are a trend as well. I told you I wasn't going to talk about styling, but here we are. The dried flowers are a massive trend right now, and I think they're going to stick with us for a couple of years. And those sort of neutral, natural tones are what are coming through into the rest of wedding design as well, because it all just matches and blends up perfectly. I also think we're going to see a little bit of teal creeping into the spring, summer months. Now, I don't mean a bright teal. Some people may go for that, and that does work actually quite well with like the terracotta vibes and the neutral tones. But I think we're also going to see a slightly muted sort of grey teal mixing in with the neutral tones. It can be really soft and beautiful, all of those colours together, as you can see from the colour palette that I've had up on the screen. I think we're also going to see a lot of black metal coming through. A lot of people are using black in their homes again now. It's really striking liking. It's kind of got that industrial vibe to it, but mixed with the beautiful natural tones, it's a really awesome look, and I'm super excited to start seeing that come through. It doesn't have to be gothic, it doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to just be used for New Year's Eve or winter weddings. It can so work with the softer tones. It can be romantic, but it can be edgy. I think we're going to see golds coming back in again. I mean, golds haven't really left. Copper and rose gold came in for a while, but I think we're going back into the golds, and a lot of natural wood colours as well. I think that's really on trend. So let's shift over ever so slightly and go into the autumn winter months. What I predict is going to start happening is that those tones that we've just discussed for spring summer are just going to shift as the seasons change, and they're just going to darken down a little bit. So that's where we're going to see the rusts and the burnt oranges and the mustard, which just keeps coming back year after year at the minute, and I think that's going to stick around, but it's going to take a back seat to the burnt orange and the rust. And I actually think that the copper can kind of creep in with that as well, because we've got those more orangey vibes going on. I think the peach is going to stick in there as well, because that actually fits in beautifully with the rust and the burnt orange, and it just sort of softens it down to be a bit of a more wedding vibe. I think the champagne and the natural tones are also going to be in there, mixed in with those darker colours, and a little bit of that teal again, but the teal will become a slightly darker grey teal, so it's more of sort of an autumny winter tone. We may also see some emerald greens in there, and then again like with those amber shades, and I think again that's going to be mixing in with the black metals and the woods, and all these sort of like natural materials I think are coming in, and I'm super excited. Like honestly, these colour palettes just literally light me up. I absolutely love them, and we're going to see them coming through in flowers, in cutlery and crockery, and in the plates that we choose and the glassware that we choose and what we display our table numbers in. I mean, guys, don't just think that it comes down to what you wear, because it really doesn't. And I am going to start diving into that in a little bit more of these videos. I'm probably going to start a little bit of a style series, so bear with me whilst we build that up. But I'm really excited to start sharing a bit more on style and how you can actually design your wedding. So it's going to be super exciting. But those are the colour trends that I am seeing that are going to come through for 2021 and 2022, and I cannot wait to tell you how you can actually use those colours and create some awesome designs for your full wedding, and not just thinking, oh okay, so I think I want a rust sort of burnt orange dress, which is amazing. And oddly, I had a dream last night that I was wearing a burnt orange velvet dress, and I woke up very excited and then disappointed because I don't own a burnt orange velvet dress, but I'd like one. Anyway, so I hope you found that video helpful. I cannot wait to put the next video together for you guys, which, as I mentioned, is going to cover the decor and how to bring these trends into your style, into your design, ready for your 2021 or 2022 wedding. So have a fantastic week, guys, and I cannot wait to see you next week for some more wedding planning goodness. See you later.